I'm going to watch the first fight. We'll see how you're doing, and then I'm going to start talking about things. I like that. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your cooldown management, which is... There's a lot of good, but... So, like, right there. Great, right? We see an important cooldown. It was going to hit the Orisa shield, so, like, not the most necessary, but I like that that's just sort of a habit. Like, that's good. We see the nade, we block the nade, and then we drop the shield. Shield's done its job, right? That's good. We're poking. This is all fine. We notice the hog, and we drop our shield there. So far, so good. Leaving the shield there is kind of fine. I would actually drop it lower. And the reason is, here, it's going to break pretty quickly, and you have to drop it pretty quickly, right? You could have left it out longer than you did, but to drop it pretty quickly, and then that means this guy has a window to get a free hook in before you can block it with your shield. So, if we push it down here, it's not getting shot by anyone else, but it blocks this hook far enough that this kid has to walk all the way out into open space if he wants to go for it. So, like, that's kind of suicidal on his part, right? And we'll see him coming if he does it. So I would just push the shield out a little bit further, and then I would leave it up. And then right here, this suck is kind of a mistake. Like, I get that you're low, but you dropped shield, and he hasn't used his hook yet. So now he can just hook you out of this, and then you're going to die. So either we want to keep this in case we get hooked now that our shield's down. But really, we just needed to come right here. Even if that shield wasn't there, we duck and we back up. Like, Sig can spam us out a little bit, but we got supports with us. We got help. We're not going to die from the indirect damage right here, and we can always back out from there, right? Once we have our shield again, we can look to block the hook. And the thing about your suck is you want to use it either to live when you need it to live, or you want to use it to get like a shit ton of extra HP that you can then go do something with. Like make a play, or take an angle, or push through a choke, or something, right? So yeah, you did get low, but not like... We weren't in danger. We weren't going to die, right? Like, watch our HP. We barely drop below 200 before we pop it. And we're right by our supports in our team, and we have cover, and no one can push us. We didn't need it yet, right? It's not the biggest deal, because we're about to get it back. Like, it's a real MBD. But, just to get, like, picky on your cooldown management, right? Because, like, so far so good. You are doing really well so far. But... Cool. We try to block the shield, but then we just spam out the rock, right? Rock this hog when he vapes. And either when you see him start to vape, or when he gets half HP, and especially if he gets half HP and 180s on you, he's vaping, right? So as soon as he starts getting to half HP, we wind up the rock. And if he vapes, you'll cancel it with the rock. And if he doesn't vape, you'll hit him with the rock shot combo, and then he's like 100 HP. Like, you can probably burst him down at that point. Sorry, I don't speak French. Parlez-vous anglais? The plat soldier that plays high ground and doesn't give it up when they get dived? Yeah. I can't take high grounds. My team never comes with me. No, you can't take high grounds because you never give them up. It's not one or the other, right? I like this. This is cheeky. Right? This is nice. Now we got it back. Good. Good. controlling an outer lane. This is so good. That was risky, right? We want to be a little bit careful about how we take the duel with the Hog, but, like, otherwise, good shit, yeah?
No one can hide from my sight. Thank you.
So, you asked what to do about this Hog. We are an off tank, right? And we are an off tank that is well equipped to deal with this off tank. So we deal with him the entire game, never ceasing. Ever. Right? The moment we leave him alone to go kill our team, we probably lose a fight. So every fight, over and over and over again throughout the fight, we mark him. Anything else we do is fine, because if we shut him down entirely, then anything else we do is bonus on top. Our team's taking a 5v5 plus whatever output we manage to throw in after we shut him down. And he's so easy to shut down on Sig, because you watch him, and then when he peeks and looks like he's going to hook, you throw your shield in front of his hook and you block it. When he's going to vape, you rock it. And otherwise, you poke him out and you don't let him hold the angles that he wants. Easy. Yeah? If you don't know where the Hog is, start looking for him. Start backing to the people that he's likely to try to flank, so you can catch him out, right? If he hooks somebody, try to counterhook him. Etc. Or, well, not counterhook him, sorry. If you hook somebody, like, you could try to throw your shield, you could try to rock it. It's really hard to, like, save somebody once they get hooked, but, like, you can try. It's best to catch the Hog out early, but if you don't know where he is, then you gotta back up to the people that he's going for. Good. Good. Now we're holding it too long. So, wait. Let's watch this. So here, no one can push you, right? We got our Orisa right there. But now we're down one. This is still fine. But now, he's looking at us. He's coming up here. Our Orisa's gone. This guy's looking at us. We got this Ash here. Now it's too high. Now, they have angles on us. And so we need to back up far enough that we can now treat this as a single angle that we have distance from, which means we probably need to come to here. So now we have a corner, and this sort of acts as a funnel or a choke. All of these angles, whether they come up here or come around, like now you can just shield that one angle, right? You can take cover one way. You might even just like straight up come up to here and start coming up these stairs. I like that a little bit less, just because it kind of herds your team in the middle and then lets these guys get around and take the off angle where they have cover, and it gets really bad for you guys. So, like, it can kind of be an option, but when I see that many people looking at this angle, I would just back into here. And now if they push past us towards the cart, like we're shooting them in the back, so they can't do that, and they can't get behind us either, right? And we can just control this angle again. But yeah, especially once the Hog got around there, we needed to already be gone, right? Shoot her, she's won. Shoot her, she's won. Okay. Nice. Alright. So at some point, this is all going to go wrong. Ooh, my neck.
60 seconds remaining.
Observe the barrier. Back to me. Barrier won't hold together. Equation. What's that equation again? Barrier no longer.
Let's bird's eye view this real quick.
Back to me.
Okay. Our Zen dies, unlucky. Our team is way, way, way back. And our tanks are way, way, way forward. And these guys are now starting to take this angle. And they're kind of leaving the angle you're on. Right? At this point, we don't walk up and in like this, because that just sort of puts us in the middle. It lets them start to surround us. We play over here. Hopefully our Orisa starts backing too, but like, who knows? But we want to be back here. Letting them walk in, take space. We got to regroup a little bit, and we want them to enter this open space after that we have surrounded, right? So if we back up to here, and we can even come up these stairs, we let them walk in, Orisa backs out this way, and now we're like out this way, whatever, and now they're pinched. As soon as the cart gets to like right here, they just all die, right? You get a nasty little flank if you want to go for it, or you can just like play here, back up. Your Ana can support you. Soldier's got his high ground there. And when we see this Ashe over here, I would try to throw a shield like along here somewhere and try to like mess up this angle a little bit if I could, because we can't walk over there to control that off angle, right? We can only control one side or the other. But sometimes with our shield, we can kind of shut down the other side a little bit, right? Or at least make it a little less good. But we walk face first into the hog and we die. Unlucky. So, like, you heard the Ashe here?
My barrier is destroyed.
So come to here and shoot this and see if you get some splash on her. Because this, you don't like this angle. This is a bad angle. You can drop your shield to protect against those and then poke her out, and then you can start shooting these guys after. And then you're getting hella value, right? Because you're denying this angle and then you're shooting the supports. Oh, still slow-mo. Whoops.
Barrier in place.
No one can hide from my
Dang. Yeah, just as an off tank, understand that part of your job is controlling those off angles, controlling flanks, preventing people from getting around your team and getting angles around your team, right? So that you have to know they're coming. You have to be scouting them. You can't just wait until you see them and then try to go deal with it. It's often going to be too late by then. So you have to think, where are they going to come from? Are they going to come through this window? Probably not. I mean, maybe the Hanzo might, right? Are they going to come through here? The Hog might. Or he might come from down there. So if we play over here, especially while we're waiting for our team to regroup, back here, etc., then we can shield off the Hanzo if he comes this way. We hear and see the Hog, and we can spam him out in the small room if he comes up this way. And if he goes low ground main, he's not going to sneak up on anyone, right? Once we've pressured out the Hog, or we see where all 6 people are, then maybe we can push up some more. But until we know that the flank angle is clear, we clear it ourselves, or we just see where everyone else is, you don't want to walk past it, because then you just let them in behind you, and then you guys die. What languages do I speak? English, a tiny bit of Spanish that I've mostly forgotten, and then like teeny tiny pieces of other languages. Like, I took like 2 semesters of Japanese. I've learned a while back I learned a tiny bit of Catalan, and then have forgotten all of it except Bon Dia. Like, really just English. I can get around in Spanish-speaking countries okay, but I can't really hold a conversation.
Stardust to stardust.
So though, I'm actually pretty used to just not being able to understand the language around me or whatever, and kind of okay with it. Like, you can communicate a lot with gestures. You can communicate a lot with gestures.
Observe the barrier. Retrieving the barrier.
So try to be a little bit more careful with, like, your rock, and your suck. You tend to just kind of spam the rock out. And, like that, right? Cancel something. You can use it for the one-shot combo if you're, like... If you see somebody isolated and alone, use it for the one-shot combo, that's fine. But, like... Good block. And then we see him go that way, right? And we see the Hanzo up there. How can you control those from down here? Right? We don't want to be down here. We don't want to be low ground main. Because low ground main means the enemy team gets to surround us for free. And once they have these high grounds and have surrounded us, what do? You cry and you die. And you spin in a circle trying to shield 50 directions at once. You can't do it, right? It makes everything hard and sad for you. And I don't want to be sad. You probably don't want to be sad. So just be up here. We can shield that. We can poke them out while they're in the tiny room and do, like, some real damage, etc. Yeah. Like, the start of... you just hit it too early. Unlucky. Good try, though. But I was gonna say, at the start of this, you were doing a really good job of controlling that one lane. And now it's gone. And now we're just playing on cart low ground main, right? Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe it was just the one fight. Maybe I did not give you enough credit. Alright, I didn't give you enough credit. I take it back. You lost your head from one fight, but now we got our head back, and we're where we should be. I like it. Probably typing. But, whatever. Simplify. You're trying to deal with too many things at once, and it's really hard, right? So deal with what you're good at. Like, it's nice to poke at this Ashe low ground main. It's nice to poke at these supports. It's even nice to help break the shield. These are all fine. But the moment you have this to deal with, the off angle trumps it, right? Our primary overarching goal is to get... Oh, not what I meant to do. Oops. Get the entire enemy team in here somewhere. Low ground main, no cover, completely surroundable, right? So anyone that's already here, like I said, if you got nothing else to do, by all means shoot them. But as soon as there's somebody else that you can herd into this spot, you herd them into this spot. So, whoop. Oh my gosh. We see that Sig. Here, right? Don't leave. Don't come over here and start doing more. We don't need to. And now by coming around like that, see how you kind of like let all these people walk in? To be fair, your team's also backing up a bit, but a bird's eye view this. Boom. Boom. So they're starting to wrap around. If we're playing this side of the pillar instead, then our team is like, we're shutting down this hog and forcing him out. You're shutting down this guy and forcing him out. Then you can start spamming the cart. Like this gives, this sort of like completes this C over here, right? As opposed to you're almost like counter rotating, which sometimes can be a good thing. But right now we want to deny this rotation, right? We don't want to get around behind the supports. We want to prevent this guy from taking space in the first place. Aw, good try. Dang. And instead he pushes us off, and we have no cooldowns, and we can't do anything from there, right? Once they push you into the space, it's hard. It's bad. So, like, I see a lot of good things and a lot of the right things. Like, you have the right idea with so much of this, and it's just like, I think a few of the details that are missing, right? With like what exactly we're trying to do and how and why and when. Okay, and now this is just a stall. I'll watch a little bit of the attacking round, but just to see if there's anything new, but I kind of think I'm going to be repeating myself at this point. Okay. Dang. Hear the hog? See him left side? It's your job. Not this guy. These guys are frontlining. And they're Widow, right? We're fighting a frontline. He has a bad pocket. We don't win this. And, like, we don't care about this. We care about this fight over here. We wanted to wrap around. We're an off tank. Zarya is also an off tank. You guys don't have a main tank, and that's fine, right? Having a front line is an option. It is overrated. It is an overrated option, and it is not a necessity, right? Contrary to popular belief, you don't have to have somebody pretend to be Reinhardt if you don't have Reinhardt or whatever. This is an awful Rein map. Don't play Rein here. Anyway, so we need to be contesting this guy, forcing this guy out, and then we would be wrapping around them, right? And then they don't have cover, and we do. And then they die. And it's kind of it's almost as easy as that. You're denying them cover while keeping cover for yourself. And the way you deny them cover is by getting an angle around that cover, not by just walking face first into them, right? At the very least, come over here. Fight her. Like, if we didn't want to wrap all the way over here, if we're like, Zarya's probably got it, it's probably fine, there's people over here, that could be a valid choice. But then we need to deal with her. Shoot her, kill her, force her out, come over here, start shooting these people. Yeah? Stop playing in the middle. You almost never want to be there. Gotta go? Alright, take care. Hope you have a good day too. There you go. And now we're in too deep. Yeah. Nice. So, try not to stack your suck with bubble because then you just eat her energy and you don't get any HP off of, or you don't get a lot of HP off of it either because the bubble eats some of it, right?
No one can hide from my sight.
Cool.
Universe. Magnificent, isn't it?
The payload has reached
Okay. I want to see this flux. I'm going to watch like at least one more fight, but I think we know what we need to work on, right? Oh. Yeah. Think about our cooldowns a little bit more, right? Your ruck should be canceling something or confirming a kill. If it's not canceling something or confirming a kill, you might as well just left click them, right? Your ruck is slower and doesn't do as much damage. Or maybe does slightly more damage, but... Cool. Alright.
Barrier in place. A graphitic
Dang. I like this. I like this. No! Yes. No! Almost. No! We saw them go out this way. Come take this. Yeah? This is such a nice spot for you now that you have it. This is so good. You could push all the way up to here and start spamming them out. And then, like, from here, you have amazing cover. You can shoot them any way they come from. You can play further back if you want. Like, playing right here is probably going to be the spot. And then you got signs for cover. You got a way out. You could always drop if you gotta. You have so many escape routes. Like, oh, you so close to just such an awesome spot.
barrier is unstable.
You're still alive. Holy shit. I would start backing into here with Ana. If you want to try to win this fight, which I think you could, because you got Cass right here on a nice little angle, and he's safe. Nasty angle here, and then you make a nasty angle here, and then who do they push? If they turn to walk into here against you, they're turning their back on a Zen and a Hanzo. If they push the Hanzo and the Zen, then like you and Ana can shred them, right? It makes things really hard for them to split like this. Now, it also isolates you. This becomes do or die. Like, either this is going to work or you're going to lose this fight. And it's fine to make that choice, right? We can just commit to this fight and try it. If we don't feel like committing to this fight and we want to try to back out and live, start backing out these stairs now, or start backing out here now and try to break LOS. Like, don't stay in. If you're going to stay in and fight, take the good ground. If we're not going to take the good ground, then GTFO, right? And try to live. Especially when we got, like, knocked most of the way there, right? Ah! Excuse me.
Get in there.
Barrier in place. Barrier won't hold my barrier. Is destroyed.
Aw, close.
Barrier unstable. Give me a moment to think.
Look how hard that was. Like, you handled it really well, but it was also entirely unnecessary. This exists. Why on earth would you walk into all that damage for free when you can just walk around? Skip it. Start shooting this map here. If they start pushing into you, you can always back out, and then they're like chasing the Sigma indoors into the tiny hallway that's playing into you, right? And if you force them out, then you can clear these high grounds and take them. By choosing to just push straight to the cart, like, on paper, you guys should lose. They just get to shoot you for free from up here and murder you all, right? You should absolutely lose this fight. Win the fight, then push the cart. Like, going straight to the cart is just committing suicide. It's a low ground with no cover, completely surroundable by high grounds with cover. It's a shooting gallery. People go here to die. There we go. Nice. Right? We end up doing it anyway, and look how good it is.
60 seconds.
That was great. Yeah? Make that your starting play, right? There was no reason to just walk straight through all that damage low ground main. It's wild to me how people do that, like, sometimes even in high elo, they just walk through the damage. Just let the enemy shoot them when there's, like, cover and pathing right there to avoid it all. Like, if we were to pretend this is real life, and you had the option between a hallway or somebody shooting you with a gun, I would choose the hallway, personally. Good, good, good. Yep.
Unstable.
Good.
Barrier unstable.
Good try. Good. Nice. Yeah. Cleaning up those kills could have been a little bit cleaner, but like the decision making is all there, right? The rest is just like mechanics. And like your mechanics aren't that bad. What do I say? Like your mechanics are fine, right? Like I wouldn't stress about them, but nicer mechanics means like you kill those people a little bit faster, whatever. I think your mechanics are fine to get into Masters. You're gonna want... It'll be a lot easier to hit GM on Sig if you're hitting more shots and more directs, right? But it's not a massive change, really. And you do a lot of damage, so, like... We're good for a few hundred SR at least, so long as we, like, start controlling these off angles better and, like, learn how to position a little bit better. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one here. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and, like, feel free to drop another VOD sometime.